Welcome back everyone. Today I have another video and today we're doing Carrot. Of course we're trying all the new leaders from the new set and Carrot is not an exception. There is not really that many ways to build a deck. I think this one is one of the ways that I thought it could make sense. You kind of need to play a lot of Minks to make her leader ability work. And the main ones that you want to see early game are Nekokomushi and the Wanda, because they proc the leader early and then you can start using your Carrot, your the dog, I forgot his name, Rishi. I'm sorry, I don't want to try to mispronounce that. You can use your Drakes if you're going first and they're playing a 4-drop. You can use like it, all of them is just like controlling the opponent's board little by little and then start amassing a huge board that you can later overcome. So sometimes opponents don't play cards into the board because they have to defend their cards and so on and so forth. So you get the value that way too. Like if they're not playing cards, then they're not advancing the game state, and then it's better for you that way, of course. I'm also playing Rocinante because I mean we're playing a lot of 5-drops. And just get a lots of value with the cards that you have on board. One combination that you can do is the field spell for the Minks, which allows you to untap one of your Minks at the end of the turn. And if you untap a 5-drop and you have the Rocinante, they will be protected by the Rocinante's ability. That's something that I explored, but I found the field spell to be a little bit underwhelming. And I'd rather play cards like Don Flamingo, which gives you an excellent matchup into like Black Yellow Luffy, or a like black base decks, because I mean this card is just that good at doing that. And I also want to play cards like Zoro because once you have like control of the board, you just need to finish the game with something, and finishing the game with Zoro is pretty decent because you're usually gonna have a decent enough board and the opponent is not gonna have a good board, like somewhat of a good board. So playing a Zoro is an added hindrance for the opponent. They have to remove this on top of everything that they have to remove, which makes it really difficult to do so. And you can just go for game with this, and it's very good against Nami, Black Yellow Luffy. Like this, it has a lot of good matchups, and definitely a reason to play this card. Of course, it's good enough to make the cut. Of course, yeah. I mean that's the deck. The new cards that you can see, one of the that make the deck is definitely Carrot, which on play and on attacking, you get to lock something down that is 7 or less. So you get to lock the Jacks, you get to lock like a lot of cards that are really good. And them not being able to untap is very meaningful for this format. So definitely the main driving point for this deck is Carrot. And another card that is very decent, underwhelming, like against everything, it's just Pedro. Allows you to give you a lot of defense, because if they're going for game, you can block, take one of their downs up, so the math becomes a little bit more difficult with him, or you can just KO something that attack that you just want to get rid of. Very good card. Is one of your only 4-drop plays, so going second you're a little bit weaker because of that. You're trying to mitigate that by playing Pedro and by playing Rocinante, so your going second turns are not going second curve is not as bad. So you have like a decent Pedro into a 5-drop into Rocinante into a Flamingo. Like that's the idea of the deck going second. Going first, you have a lot of options because the deck is mainly focused to go first. So you just want to solve the going second issue, which is the most important one, of course. But yeah, this is the deck. It's very simple. It's just very try to keep the opponent down, keep the opponent cards locked down, and then keep attacking the leader, or keep doing like this balance between keep the opponent locked and keep attacking the leader, so they have to combo out of the, different attacks. That's why we play cards like Nekokomushi. Sometimes it is good to have a rush, even though it's conditional rush. Most of the time it's gonna be active, and it's really good to have that extra finishing blow, extra finishing push that you have. That green definitely needs to close out games. But yeah, with that being said, that's the deck that I have for today. Let's get some gameplay. Okay, and we got the Luffy matchup here. Wow, this hand is pretty good. I think Luffy is not gonna be that bad of a matchup for us, especially because we have Don Flamingo as our top end. So we just need to not die and just KO everything that they play, and we should be okay, or even tap it. We don't have to attack them. They have to take their own life. And at some point, we're going to have enough of a board where they have to be worried about our things, right? Just tap this guy. I don't really have anything to play, so I'm just going to attack with everything. So as not to save him. I don't know. Some crazy people could save him. Question is, do I take this life? In case he does have like a Kusan, I kind of want to play the Drake. But it doesn't really matter, right? Because I have the carrot. And I can always keep it tapped. So I shouldn't take damage early on. I say it does have it. But this is the nice thing. I get to attack it. And if he defends it, I get to block it. Now he can bring it back with Gecko Moria. So Gecko Moria is still a good play for him. But, I mean, I'm not gonna... Okay. That's good for me. Freeze it. Let him go. Next turn I get to attack it again. Tap whatever he plays. Freeze both things. All alone, super good for me. I will take this one because after this turn I'm gonna... Ooh, never mind. I get to freeze this one too. So I get to tap this one. Attack it. See if he combos out of this one as well. He does. Interesting. Well, attack this one, freeze this one. And I mean, might as well just play another carrot, right? I could have attacked the Luffy, freeze the other one, and then freeze the other one with the carrot. So that could have been a good option too. A drop is Gecko Moria time. Okay, that's what I thought. Next turn, we do get to... I mean, we still get to do everything that we want, I think. Question is, do I take this damage? Because 10 drop... I mean, 8 drop is coming, right? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth to take the damage here. Ooh, wait a second. That is a card. He didn't take a life. Interesting. I mean, he can still deal with the Zoro, right? Unfreeze him. He's probably gonna let it die. Maybe not. Maybe he does need the Luffy. Ah, we play Zoro now. Now this is a threat. This is something that he cannot ignore. He has to remove this turn. Which, not to say that they don't have the means to. They play Ice Age and they play these other things. But at least he doesn't have the Kusan to do it. That's fine. I can just play 10 drops also. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. It seems like he's gonna be able to do it. To deal with the Zoro. Okay, Ice Age into a Luffy to draw cards. Not bad, not bad. But now we get to attack with everything and lock him down. I think that's the best option. Well, not everything, but at least with the carrot. I'm definitely gonna take this one. And then force him to self-awaken next turn. When I mean self-awaken, he's taking all his life. Oh, that's GG. 3 flamingos is more than he can take, I think. He might be thinking, what am I about to do, of course. Because then I can also attack with Wanda for like a bajillion, right? Is it better? I don't know. I think I'd rather just have him do it himself. I don't have to give him anything here. Okay, he's gonna do it himself. That's no problem, because we're gonna keep everything tapped for 3 turns in a row, and what's he really gonna do about that? And we can also just tap whatever blocker he plays, keep it tapped, attack it. Like, there's so many things that we can do that, unfortunately for him, is not gonna be good for him. We could take the ace damage here, although we can just keep it locked. It really doesn't matter. Attack his leader, just keep taking cards out of his hand. This is the one that I definitely want to attack and keep locked. Definitely not a good matchup for Luffy, let me tell you. This is just really difficult, I think. Ah, he doesn't use the leader ability. Interesting. We are going to attack his leader, however. Force him to do this every turn, right? Let's attack the Kusan first. Okay. Let's attack the leader. I assume he wants to play as Zoro. He's still drawing a lot of cards. It's not like that bad. Let's get rid of the Sabo. I think Sabo is one of his best cards, so. Now with the second one, I'm okay with this. He doesn't have a Zoro and he doesn't have a Sabo. So really difficult for him right now. But let's see if he goes for the Gecko play. He probably has to, right? Yeah, he's looking for the Gecko play, I think. He definitely has to. Now, the question is, does he have more Geckos? Very important. Attack for 7. Do I mind that? No, not right. Not really. It's okay. Then we tap this one. We attack it with this one and lock the other one, so we get value out of all of our cards. And then just keep attacking the leader, right? That will make it easier for me to go for game. Next turn, I have way too many options. He needs another Gecko Moria, but then they're losing effectiveness by the minute. And 3 10 drops are gonna be... Also, I can tap his blocker, so this is not the easiest spot to be on for my opponent, of course. Attacks for 9. I'll have to take this one. I have a lot of combo power, so I'm not as afraid as I... But that's his only option to win the game, of course. Keep attacking my leader. Let's see if he has another Gecko. He does. He's gonna replace this too, and I could just go for his Geckos, honestly. And then just keep some Pedros up. But we can just go for game, honestly. I don't think he can stop me. $12. That's to give me 2 2Ks and a 1. Okay. No, he doesn't have it, right? That's what he's saying. Yeah, he doesn't have it. Yeah, three flamingos definitely could beat 3 Gecko Morias every day because of how they work, especially since I can tap the blockers. So yeah, this is not a good matchup for Black Yellow Luffy. My opponent didn't play bad, by the way. He played very well, played the Gekon Curve. He kept cycling Kusans, but at some point you're gonna run out of cards in hand, of course. And he had a lot of them. Okay, we're gonna play against Zoro. This shouldn't be that hard of a matchup for us. I think actually it's pretty favorable. We have Drake, we have some other options, so I don't think it's the worst matchup that we can face here. And we have rushers, we can stun the creatures that come into play. Like it's good, I think, in general. We're also gonna be able to play Neko here, force my opponent to attack my 1-drop, because I do want him to do that. And yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna play the Neko here, and I'm not gonna attack him because he had the event up. Like I have 1 energy, and I don't want to have to deal with the chopper this turn. I can deal with it next turn, but not this turn. So I just wanted to have my options open, and because he had 1 energy up, you kind of have to play around that, right? He attacks my leader. Okay, I do have a 2k counter, but I think taking the first damage is not terrible. And he does play the chopper here, but I do get to at the very least tap him and attack him, and then if anything I get to stun him if worst come to worst, right? And I have 2 of that one, so I get to attack the chopper and I get to attack it with the 2 costs with my Neko. And I suppose my opponent wants to keep the board because he knows like I can stun 1 with the with whatchamacallit, with Carrot. But now again, this guy is something that I don't know if they're expecting this guy or no, but this guy being able to stun 2 things on 1 go, very, very good, very impressive. And now it doesn't look like it, but the Zoro, the 9 cost, I think is the best card against Zoro because you can close the game from anywhere. And that allows you to be a little bit more greedy and just deal with the board every turn. And then at some point, you're going to be able to just go for game because, I mean, you have the leader ability, right? And then we keep going on this trend where we can tap his cards and attack them. It's pretty good for us. And then we could attack the leader. But I think I'm not going to be able to stun everything every turn. And I could have also played the rusher this turn, and I messed up there. Because I think it would have been much better, the Neko. But I have destroyed the guy before I could attack. And I think I would have been able to get rid of everything either way. I just needed to do it correctly, right? Instead, I'm going to play probably the guy that's going to stun the other 2. See if my opponent wants to combo out of these attacks. It would be good for me if he combos. Okay, that's fine. Just hoping that he gets to untap with something, and he's not. And then, yeah, we get to play another of the dog. Just keep this stun, and that's it. He does get 2 attacks here, possibly 3 with a rusher. But we do have a little bit of counter power here, so as not to die too easily. And we're amassing a huge board. Now he wasted 1 attack on Wanda, which I'm great for. Like, yeah, if he's not going at my face, I'm good. However, he is going to attack with Zoro, which is a bit of a problem. And he does have the dragon, so I have 2 options. I can either attack the dragon or play the Zoro. It might be an attack the dragon angle, because playing the Zoro is kind of risky. But also, ooh. Yeah, it's a play the Zoro angle because of that. Because I could have just tried to KO his dragon. But now that he has 2 cards in hand and I can just go for game on Zoro. Like if he doesn't go after my board, then he might just lose. And I have enough counter power that if he tries to go for game, he is going to lose. And well, based on that. And now I have a blocker, so that's very, very good. Unless he's playing Diablo Jumble, of course, but which some of them do play that card, so it's not like unthinkable for them to have it, right? But if anything, I'll just go for game next turn because I have the 9-drop Zoro, and if he doesn't deal with my board, I have enough attackers with a 1-card hand because he doesn't even have the card that he just drew is a Zoro. So unless he deals with my board, I will be attacking his face. I don't want to go to 0 though. I don't want to just have to go for game because that could be problematic, of course. And he attacks my dog, which is fine. Now he has to have another rusher, and I have a blocker, so he's fine. He has to have like a specific cards to actually go for game next turn, which I don't think he will have. And then now Zoro attacks the dragon. If he wants to combo 1 card, that's fine. I just want to use it as removal. I'll attack the Zoro. He combos out of that one. Okay, I mean that's fine with me. And then I'll attack the leader at 3 life. Again, it's pretty easy for me to go for game. I just have to do it. And then now that I have a blocker, it's virtually impossible for him to go for game because he needs a rusher and a Diablo Jumbo, and I can just combo out of one of the two. Like if he attacks for a big number on Zoro, I combo out of that one. I mean, I block out of that one. And if he has something like this, then I just have to combo out of the right attack, right? And I just block out of this one because Pedro does have a good ability, which is you KO a 4 cost, a 6 or less on KO. So you get to KO the same card that is attacking. So he's actually super good against Zoro. And yeah, that's just gonna give me the advantage. He can attack with everything at Zoro, but that one is easier for me to defend, and I do have the means to do so. And next turn, I'm definitely just going for game. I don't think there's anything that I fear from life that can that could like stop me. I mean, if he has playing cards from set 1, like the one that forces me to like forces the Zoro into a 0k. Like he has to have some really specific card on life, which not so far. Not so far. And yeah, he just drew cards that don't do anything right now. I think Zoro is not the worst matchup, but it is not something to sleep over, right? Zoro is a strong deck this format coming up, and well, we got to beat Zoro with Zoro, which is something you don't see every day, right? Yeah. All right, and we're gonna go against Boa. Boa should be a difficult matchup because they have a Gravity Blade, and they're fast. It's going to be a difficult matchup, I assume. I will get the Carrot. See if I can buy me some time here. But I will also attack for 7. I want him to have more than 7 cards in hand, and if he wants to defend this, I mean, that's fine too. But I do want him to not be able to proc the leader that easily. He does combo out of that, which not surprising. I will take the first damage. Zoro might not be the greatest one because they can Red Rocket. But at least the Jinbei didn't play something too scary. And since he defended the first attack, then I should be able to attack his Jinbei and do a lot of damage, right? Maybe even force him to block and stun the Jinbei with the Carrot if he doesn't know what my leader does. Oh, that's even better actually. So I get to attack it here. If he combos, that's fine. He blocked. Ooh, that's great. And then I just get to do Drake. I'm okay with this. Now he does get to play Boa here and remove my Wanda. Not the greatest thing ever, but we'll survive, I think. Never mind, he's gonna put in me. That sucks. But I guess it's fine. Our hand actually kind of got better because now we don't have the Zoro in hand. So you know what? At the end of the day, it wasn't that bad. I'll attack for 6. I could have played another Drake. Maybe that was correct. Since next turn, I'm probably gonna get bottom decked. The Drake and the Carrot. Yeah, that seems to be the case here. Not the greatest, but Yeah, I probably should have used the Drake and attacked the leader. Just try to get more counter out of my opponent's hand. That feels like it's on me. But this turn, I should be able to play 2 bodies and attack with the leader. I think I have to keep putting him on having Gravity Blaze, because if no, I mean, at some point he's gonna have to run out of those, right? So playing 2 bodies here would be good. Although playing deal a damage here is not bad too either, and just play another carrot and call it a day. Oh, I didn't have 10 done. I'm sorry. I thought I had 10 done for some reason, but I had only 9. I did want to do the search because I didn't have any more 2k counters, just in case. He attacks the Wanda, okay, and then he bounces back my 2 guys. That is not great for me, especially if that is followed by like a gravity blade. Would not be very good for me. So definitely developing 2 bodies was much better than what I did. Especially because now if he has a gravity blade, it's just really punishing for me. And he does. So it really puts my game here in a really precarious position here. I have to combo out of this one. And then I have to take this 12. He might not even attack with it. And then my Flamingo will be really bad. But he does. He plays a blocker. And then this is gonna be quite the stretch line here to get out of here. Double Dome Flamingo, it's good. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have attacked that one, but he combo out of that one, which allows me to just freeze the 3 of them and be fine with this. 10 drop Kaido, it's a punish, however, because I do have to attack this Flamingo. But let's attack this one. See if he combos out of that one. Kind of have to remove the blocker, because next turn I'm gonna have to tap something else, I assume. He still combos out of that one, and still have to try to go for game with this Flamingos. Hope that he doesn't have enough. Keep them locked, and hopefully I'm able to protect the Flamingo. And next turn we're just gonna try to make the push for game. He combos out of this. That's not good news. It could be another 10 drop Kaido. I mean, there's a lot of things that can just outright, yeah. Boa is not a good one here either for me, because now next turn I have to survive, and it seems extremely difficult at this moment. He plays Jinbe and he plays Gecko Moria. Okay. I have to put him to 0, maybe. Try to. And hopefully I get to survive one more turn. Sounds really difficult right now. It seems like a pipe dream, but I think I don't have any other option. I have to attack for like 9. Tap. Put him to 0, and hopefully I have enough to go for game. I think that's the only option that I have. Put him to 0 is the only option, but who knows if I'm actually gonna be able to, because I mean, if you know, this deck is gonna have a lot of counter power, and also I don't know if I can survive next turn. That's the other issue. He might just go for game. I'm attacking for 9 on Carrot though, because that's my only option, honestly. And I go 11 on this one. I have to deal the damage. He combos out of the 11, which is not great for me. Definitely makes it a little bit more difficult for me to go for game next turn. The only option that I have left is maybe the Rush Neko, so I can put him to 0, but even then, I mean, I still have to survive this turn. I assume he's gonna be able to KO my 2 guys. Oh, I should have comboed out that one. But then I have to combo out of the 12k and the 8k, and I might have just lost the game there. But I just, it's really difficult. If I combo out of the 12k, he might just go attack your leader, and I just lose. So I have to be like more proactive with that, I guess. So my only option left is definitely the rabbit. I mean the Neko. So I can have rush and try to deal the last point of damage. Oh, I couldn't even combo this. I should have comboed with some of these things, but it wasn't coming. I guess one that could have got me into that, but I had to deal 9. He had 9 worth of combo power this turn, which meant that it was not gonna be possible, honestly. Because even if I have the rush Neko, I can only do like 9, and he had another 1k counter in life. So it would have not been possible to go for game on that turn anyway. Okay, we're gonna play against Nami, and we drew the best card in this matchup, which is Zoro. So we're definitely gonna be able to probably win because our deck deals with everything that Nami wants to do pretty efficiently. Which is if they play a 1-drop that they want to draw with, we're able to attack it with their small creatures, and if they get too greedy, we get to attack them with something else, right? So our deck is just gonna work well against what the opponent is gonna try to do. And he plays Dash Bones, which is closer to what I was playing. My list did have Dash Bones as well, and it had a couple of Seths, because I think that card is really good in this deck, especially against green decks, which can usually not deal with a Seth that easily. However, this deck does deal with Seth pretty easily, so in that regards, it's a bit of a problem for him. And I'm gonna attack it here. If he bounces back to the hand, which he is going to do it, that'll be fine because it allows me to attack double 5 here, and then he has to take a damage, and he has 4 cards in hand. He draws 2 out of the leader, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. We were able to get at least 1 damage, which is important. He attacks my 1-drop, which I don't mind. That does present a problem. But again, as I'm saying, if he wants to bounce back the Kaya, because he's playing a lot of cards, he's leaving himself pretty open to attacks. So then if he wants to bounce the Kaya, it should be fine. It's not that big of a deal. And he is, so that's fine. And here I can just attack with 2 guys and then stun the other 2. And because there's one thing about this deck is just like they're gonna run out of cards to counter with if you keep attacking them for 6. I've noticed that to be an issue, and he didn't want to combo the Kaya, so definitely putting him at 2 life right now, extremely important now, especially now that I have a Zoro. That puts him on a terrible clock that is really difficult to overcome, especially since I have the I can keep your things locked down combo, which is really important for me, right? Now the question is, what does my opponent does he just keep bouncing back the Kaya? It should be around 20 something cards right now, so it's not that big of a deal. And again, I'm gonna ask him the same thing: do you want to protect this Kaya and tap yourself 2 more down? I found that to be not correct. He's gonna have to combo that Kaya if anything. I could just attack 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. He has to give me some 2k counters, as I have too many. 6k attacks, and I'm just attacking for 6 because in case he has the he combo the Kaya, so it wasn't worth it to save the Kaya there. Just let it die and just combo with those, right? I think that would have been better here. Does he get another counter? He's still at 6, 17, 18 cards left, and then I play Zoro, and this Zoro is undefendable, so he has to mill himself out this turn. And 16 cards is pretty difficult to mill from here, and you also have to defend the Zoro. So now from here I'm just gonna attack for big numbers, untap the Zoro. Well, I don't have to tap it on the first attack. Let's see what he does. Bounces back the Kaya, but he's probably gonna have to combo with the Kaya. Attack with the Zoro again, 12. He has 2 energy left. Is a little bit too little. And then attack again for 12. It should be enough. Removing blockers is very good for Zoro, so that's why I'm playing Zoro in this deck. It wasn't that close. Of course, Zoro is a really good card against Nami. It's not news. So Nami is just gonna come down to how fast they can mill themselves out, and sometimes the answer is just not fast enough. Okay, we're gonna play against Rob Lucci, which is usually not a good matchup for green historically, and in some ways this deck does a little bit better, but it's still a difficult matchup because they can remove everything that you do, right? This turn, however, we're gonna try to attack with this and attack the leader. I don't want to waste attacks on anything else. And if he attacks my 1-drop, I think it's fine. If he removes both of them with like a Rob Lucci, that would suck a little bit, but he doesn't. He just attacks with a big number. That's pretty good, actually. And he doesn't attack my 1-drop. Okay. I'm okay with this result. I'll attack for 5 into the leader and play my bunny, my carrot, and then just keep developing board. Now it's gonna be difficult for him to remove everything. On 6 dawn, he could play a brook, remove my carrot. Again, that would suck, but I do have a second one, so instead he goes for a nothing. Sure, okay, I mean, my opponent hasn't done anything. I don't know if he's trying to play around the leader ability of tapping things, but that definitely is not gonna work too well here, because I do get to attack a lot and develop my body, my board. Very important. And then keep developing more carrots. I have a third one now, so extremely good. Jack, he will be able to remove one of my guys, and it doesn't get locked by the leader or by the carrot. So that one is a really impressive one against us, of course. So I assume the opponent did want to go first for that reason. I have an option to play a Zorro or develop more bodies. The problem is that the Jack is actually going to be a problem if I don't deal with it. So I think attacking the Jack here is sensible. Just trying to get rid of that threat, and then just keep playing more this 1-drop. Just finding more carrots just to keep trying to stun the small creatures. Now Gecko Moria here would be not great, but acceptable, I think. Attacks for 5. He has a Rob Lucci now, so Gecko Moria is actually going to be extremely good here. And he does have it. So, and he has the full combo. Rebecca 1-drop into Rob Lucci, I assume. Yeah, okay. He has the full combo. Now, I can lock his Rob Lucci and try to keep attacking his life. I could try to play a Zorro here this turn. I'm not sure how effective that would be. However, I could also just play now Corazon. Corazon was the missing piece that I was that I wanted to draw here. We do get to tap the Rebecca and attack it with the 1-drops, which is really nice, right? And then here I'll just attack for a big number into the leader, lock his Rob Lucci, and then call it a day, I think. He has the option to attack with the Gecko Moria, but I do have a lot of combo power, so I would attack my leader if anything. He decides to go after the Corazon, and I will defend. I will pitch the Zorro because I just think Zorro is not good in this matchup. I'll just pay 9 dawn for it to get removed. It's just not good enough. So even though my opponent didn't do anything early game, he is slowly come back here, like any black deck would do, and that's why this is a really difficult matchup. So what I could do is try to put my opponent at 0 life. So next turn, I can just tap any blocker that he plays, or he has to play double blocker, but then he won't be able to remove my cards on board here. And then that way I should be able to win, right? He combos out of this one. He doesn't want to go to 0. That's acceptable, of course. But I do have a rusher here with the Neko. And yeah, that puts him to 0. So now he has to remove my board and develop a blocker. He could also remove my board, develop a blocker, and hope that he has enough counter. because I the only way that I have to rest his blockers right now are 4 costs, so then I will be able to only attack for 11. And he does develop the Rebecca and Hina. Okay, so he can KO it with the Jack. Okay, important. And then he doesn't even attack me because he doesn't want to give me anything. But I drew the 1-drop, which is great here. Because now I can tap and attack for 14. And I highly doubt he's going to have 14. Maybe he did have, if I tap with a 4-drop, 2, 10, 11. Yeah, he did have enough. If I tap with a 4-drop, that would be 11. No, he didn't have enough either way. Because I would have played the Pedro and tapped the Rebecca and attack with everything. He would have still lost to my card. I don't know why he didn't cycle the Tempest Kick. I guess he wanted more removal. But cycling would have given him another Gecko Moria, and he would have still have been able, if I didn't draw the 1-drop. If I would have drawn, like, if I would have to play the Pedro, I would still have been able to tap the Rebecca and go for game. So I didn't see any 10-drop Flamingo. That card is essential to win in this matchup right now. Maybe one of the reasons why he was keeping the Tempest Kick. He thought like the 10-drop Flamingo was my only out. And maybe that's why he didn't attack with the leader as well. He wanted to just have as much cost reduction as possible. But we were able to get there with... like, he was playing around one thing and got by the other, right? Well, it's not like he could play around either or, right? Alright, and with the rating on the deck, I think it's not a bad deck. I think they've been getting better at making decks that are new, that are like more competitive, because we definitely have had some decks that are really difficult to make work, but this one is not in that level. This one has a lot of potential. Maybe with more or better Minks, it will be much better. But at the moment, it's a decent competitive deck. I would say it's like a 4-star leader. I mean, it definitely is not like a tier 1, like it's gonna be everything. But it has a decent matchup versus the most powerful decks that we're seeing are probably gonna dominate the format. And I think it can sneak games here and there, and it's not gonna be. It doesn't feel like a bad deck, at least to play. It being a new leader that is not like the most popular leader of the new set, of course. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a good day.